Hello and welcome to another T-Navigator tutorial. In this video, I will show you how to create a PVT model from lab data. Here as the input we have several data, the composition and the mole percent and the CCA test results and the differential liberation test results. We're going to export this PVT as black oil model PVT. So we're just gonna start by creating a new file in the PVT designer. So let's rename it PVT2. Then we're just gonna wait until the PVT designer module is open. Okay. So we're already in the PVT designer module. In the data, we have N2, CO2, H2S, and then the hydrocarbon components until C11, and then the C12 plus as the pseudo component. So we're just gonna add all the library components, the original components, by clicking here, add library components, and then we click and drag C1 until C11 for the hydrocarbon components. We hold the control button to select the impurities, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and hydrogen sulfide. Okay, all the library components are the pure, the original components are already in our library. So okay, to ease our input data, we will change here to molar fraction, molar percent I mean. Okay, and then also before that, oh yeah, we're using a special kind of unit system, so we're gonna change the unit first. Okay, the default unit here is metric, but we were going to create our custom unit system, so we create our custom unit system. Let's call it the lab 1 unit system. Okay, so in our unit system, the pressure is in PSI and the temperature is in Fahrenheit and Rankine. The molecular weight is in grams. Just gonna change it. I think that's all. Pressure, temperature, molar, and oh yeah, density. The density is in grams per cc. Okay, let's change all density to grams per cc. And yeah, I think that's all of it. The viscosity is already in centipoise. Oh yeah, the formation formula factor, I think it's ratio, so it's okay for gas. And for the oil, let's change it to RB per STB. And then for the RS, the gas oil ratio is in SCF per STB. I think that's all. Okay, we can choose to convert internal representation or change the unit names only, because we already input the components with all their parameters. We have to convert the internal representation so that the data still correct. If we haven't, if we misinput, for example, all pressure data we input in PSI, for example, but the unit system in the T-Navigator is still in bars, because the actual number is in PSI. If we change from bars to PSI, for example, for the pressure, we have to select change unit names only, so that the value is still the same. The quantity, the number is not converted. but that's for special case. So for now, we're just going to convert internal representation, and then as you can see here, the numbers are changing because the navigator is the PVT designer is converting the numbers to respective units. Okay, we have inputted our components. And for the Dodecans Plus or C12 Plus, as you can see here, it's actually the largest part of our fluid. We can add user components, and then we name it C12 Plus because C12 Plus is not on the library for pure original components. And then the molecular weight is okay, 357.7 grams per mole. So it's just, and the specific gravity is 0.8891. Okay, so we have here our C12 Plus. To ease us in our input of the mole percent, we just gonna change the order, the rows, following the Excel file we have. So the order is N2, CO2, and H2S. So we're just gonna move N2 to be on top. Just click on the components and then right click. You can drag, right click and drag, and then drag it to the top. N2. The second one is CO2. Let me just drag it again. And then H2S in row number 3. Okay, there we have it. N2, CO2, H2S, and then C12 plus from C1 to C12 plus, and then we just copy the mole percent here on line 1. We just paste it. Okay, so all of it is changing. Okay, so there is no H2S, so we can just delete this component by clicking remove selected components here for the H2S. Okay, so as you can see here, all the molar percent is adds up to 100, so it's already correct. If they doesn't add up to 100, you can click normalize fractions right here. Okay, so I think that's it, how to input the components. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is to set the temperature. Temperature in the reservoir is 245 Fahrenheit, so we're going to change to 245 right here. And then the next thing that we're going to do is to input the data. To input the lab data, you can select samples right here. Okay, there are a few experiments. There are some experiments supported: CCE, differential liberation, constant volume depletion, and other tests. So we're just gonna use CCE first. Click right click and then create, and then your CCE sample is ready to be inputted. Okay, so what we're going to input first is the relative volume. So where's relative volume here? Okay, we select relative volume and then just gonna copy and paste all the data. Okay, so we can see here we copy from the pressure and the relative volume, and we're just gonna paste it right here. Okay, all data have been pasted, but watch out for the cells with no value. It is administered as 0 because its value is actually non-existent. It's not 0, so we can just delete it. Okay, so that's for the relative volume. Then for the weight here is for the matching process. So we have to set the weighting as we like later in the matching process, but now we just gonna input all the data first. Okay, so the second data we want to input is the Y function or the Y factor in here. As you can see here, all the pressure steps are the same as you input in the relative volume, so it's is us to input the data. So the wave function starts from 314 psi. Okay, and then the density is the oil density, starts from the top. Make sure the units are the same. If you forgot to change the unit system earlier, you can always use conversion first before you input it in the T-Navigator. Make sure the density is the same. Here is grams per cc, and then here is also grams per cc. Okay, so the next thing is oil viscosity. You just copy from the Excel and paste it. It's very easy. Watch out for these three values. There are empty, not zero, so we're just gonna delete it. Delete, press delete, click and press delete. As easy as that, as simple as that. And then for the gas viscosity also, we input from 214. Where's 214? Okay, we input it right here. Okay, just delete it. And yeah, we have 3 data for the CCA sample, and then we're done. Okay, the next one is the saturation pressure or bubble point pressure. We have our bubble point pressure data here, 322.73. So we're just gonna copy it and paste at our reservoir temperature to 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, for the saturation pressure is done. We save it by clicking Ctrl S, by pressing Ctrl S on the keyboard. Then the next data that we want to input is the differential liberation. Okay, so let's just input it. Okay, the first one is RS, or the gas oil ratio. Just gonna paste it. Okay, it's already there. So the next one is the oil FEF or BOD in the differential liberation. And then, okay, the total FEF is not supported. So let's just go into straight to the oil density. Wait. Okay, and then the Z factor right here, and for the gas FEF starts from 214. Okay, wait, okay, I made a mistake here. Okay, so the next thing is the gas density. The initial data is gas gravity, but we can always convert it to gas density by the air density. So just gonna input it right here. So I think that's all. Just gonna save it. Then from our initial fluid model, variant 1 composition 1, we can compare the properties by using clicking here, clicking the plus here, and experiments, CCE. And then for the standard condition is from the input data is 14.73 psi and 60 degree Fahrenheit. So we're just gonna input it, and 60 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, and then for the data points, pressure points is from sample. From the sample we input earlier, CCE sample 1. Okay, well, we cannot show it. Okay, but here is the CCE sample that we input earlier. Okay, so just press OK and the results are ready. Okay, we can compare our oil density with the CCE sample. As you can see here, is not quite match. it's a bad matching. And then for the oil viscosity, I think there's okay, it haven't matched also. The Y factor, the relative volume. Okay, relative volume is actually match. So for the differential liberation also we can use the same workflow, use the same method, put in the standard condition, and then the pressure points are from sample. Okay, we can also compare our sample with the model. Okay, so we can see the gas density is not matched, and the RS, the gas oil ratio, is quite not matched also. And then okay, for the matching process we have to make all experiments available. So in here we have the CCE, DLE, and the saturation pressure or bubble point pressure. We have to make all of them in our compositional model variants. So we can add the saturation pressure also for the last experiment. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot to explain. We also select from sample for the saturation pressure experiment. Okay, so we can see here it's already matched. Maybe, oh, it doesn't actually. For our bubble point pressure is 190 psi, but from the model is 322 psi, so it is not matched. Okay, so the next thing is we have to do the matching. To do the matching, we have to select our uncertain variables. Obviously, the shift omega I and omega B of the Dodecans plus. So this is the parameters that we want to change for the matching. We click and drag here, right click, and then select matching and use for matching. So the variables that are used for matching are highlighted orange. Okay, and all of here also we use it for matching. This is adjusted to the knowledge and skills of the engineer behind the laptop. So I haven't known the best methods of matching yet, but from my knowledge, we can change the uncertain variables, which is our pseudo component. Then for the binary interaction or BI coefficient, can also change. You can change all of them or only the Dodecans plus. Okay, the same method as before. Click the parameters that you want to be used for matching. You can click and drag for multiple parameters, right click and use for matching. Okay, so we got our components, our parameters to match, and then click the magic wand right here for matching. Okay, so the weighting here, and as I mentioned before right here, is the weighting for the matching process. So if you want to make a certain parameters important, you can increase the weighting either by value or by the parameter or by the experiment later in the magic wand tool. Okay, for example, I really want to match the oil density and oil viscosity really badly, so and then obviously the bubble point pressure, so I just gonna increase their weighting. Okay, let's just increase it to 10. Okay, 10 right here, but I want the values to be exactly matched, so yeah, I'm just gonna copy and paste 10 to all of them. Okay, so there's no, okay, just gonna increase this one by one until all of them are 10. Okay, maybe that's all. Just increase it to 2 for oil density. Let's increase to 3 for the weighting, and I think that's all of it. Let's do the matching process. So we have 3 experiments, the CCE, the DLE, and the saturation pressure. We can increase the weighting for each experiment here, or the value or the parameters back in the sample step, as I demonstrated earlier. I want to increase the weighting of the bubble point pressure by 4 in the matching. We can also select the algorithm that we need to use, that we want to use. We have particle swarm, PSO, we have differential evaluation, simplex, or the response superphase for the proxy model. So yeah, I'm just gonna use differential evaluation here. You can compare all 4 algorithms for the best matching, but for the sake of this tutorial only, I just want to show you the workflow of doing the P50 matching. So this skip order tab is used for setting the limits of the parameters if we have 2 components in order. For example, C8 and C9, as we can see here. C9 and C10 and C11. Critical temperatures are generally increasing. So if C11 is the parameters that we are going to match, it is set so that the value is not below that of C10. For example, in critical temperature, for C11 is the range of the variables of the numbers will not going to be below 1128. That's if you check keep order right here, but we only we only do it for C12, so there's no need to keep in order. And then yeah, that's basically what keep order is. So we can also match the eccentric factor by using correlation, and then match the BI using correlation, or just go on raw value like this. Let's just check our correlation. So the matching is still kind of scientific. We can also set our stoppage of the regression, the matching process. But I want to focus on the quality here, so I will not stop on slow improvement. Just do it until 10,000 iterations. So let's just run the matching and wait until the matching is complete. Okay, I think it's quite long. Okay, as we can see here, the mismatch is generally decreasing, but yeah, here the numbers. Okay. Yes, it says here that objective function variation limit is reached, so the iteration has stopped. We can use here. Okay, so here is the oil density before the iteration, then here's after the iteration. Okay, so it's quite improved. The relative volume is the same. Oil viscosity greatly improved. Gas viscosity matching also kind of improved. And then the Y factor is all the same. So for the gas density here, it's not improved. The FEF is already matched. The oil density has improved. Oil FEF, but the trend is improving. Okay, for the RS also. Okay, the ball point pressure is also matched. Like, it's the same right here, 245 °F, around 322 psi, so it's matched. Okay, for the Z factor, I don't know why the values are the same, so I think that's it. Okay, for the quality control of the matching, I think it's already good, so we can add our match variant. The variant is matching variant 1. We can improve the matching by by doing regression again, but I think for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just gonna stop here. If you want to improve your matching quality, you can always do the regression again, maybe change the parameters. Okay, so just gonna export our compositional variant. Okay, right here. But wait a second. Okay. Okay, so it's full screen. I'm sorry. Okay, so we have our compositional variants. We have our compositional variants. We can export our compositional variants as a compositional variants. The units can be in field or metric or lab. We can select our composition matching variant 1, and then yeah. Okay, we can also add regions if we have regions of the US, but we have only one, so just export it right here as an include file for TrioNavigator. Here's how we export the compositional variant. If you want to export it as black oil variant, we select this and we have to make a PVT table right here. Okay, so just do it from range from 14.6 until 1000, wait, maybe 3000 psi. For the standard condition, pressure and temperature, we do it as default, but let's change it to 14.7. Okay, saturation properties at pressure bigger than set. Okay, hydrocarbon temperature is also done, and then yeah, well, let's export our PVT table. Okay, maybe just increase the stage to 30, and then our reference viscosity pressure is okay. Let's just leave it as it is, so we have no data from here. Just select OK. Then we already create our PVT table. So you can see here we have our GOR, FEF, and viscosity. Okay, why only 3 values? Okay, so this is for the undersaturation. Yeah, that's quite good actually. If we want to use more data, you can always select it, then we can increase it until maybe only to 500 psi. Okay, let's just do it again. Okay, so here's our second PVT table. Okay, so from this PVT table we can add our black oil variant. Okay, so this is our PVT table, our black oil variant created from the PVT table before in the compositional variant. So it is administered as variant 2. Okay, so we can just export our PVT black oil model as the black oil model. Okay, so we select here, export black oil variants, and then our variant name is variant 2. Okay, we just gonna export here. Wait, change the unit first to field for future purposes, and then yeah, just gonna export here to black oil dot include file for um, for further use in Tinavigator. Okay, let's just save. It is already saved as include file. So I think that's it. How do you can create, match, and export your PVT fluid model. I hope this is useful for you. Still have a lot of maybe a lot of mistakes or yeah, for that I apologize, and thank you for watching this video, and goodbye.